Finding local talent in South Africa is easy. When we post our roles, we get over 100 applications overnight. The harder part is finding the people who really stand out from the crowd. We like to call them our A players. So how do we find these people? It starts off with how we position the role, how we interview our candidates and guide the placement process, as well as the very important community that we've built here on the ground in South Africa. I'm going to hand over to Lex, one of our talent partners, who's going to tell you a little bit more about how we find our A players.
Something we think about a lot is the way in which, we are going to approach the candidates for specific roles. So we have come up with a really multi-prong approach. And what we specifically do is actually go out and headhunt on LinkedIn. We found this is kind of the best way to get the great candidates because they're not always just applying to your roles through LinkedIn, your website, Indeed, and all those different job ads. You actually have to go out and find them. So the best way to catch their attention would be through an amazing job ad. And we have found that clear, honest, kind of upfront job ads that give them all the information is the best way to do it. So then once I get into the interview with them, I'm looking for kind of someone that's able to take ownership, is super communicative, and just being able to be proactive with me just goes a long way. Let's go chat to Antigua, who is our content creator, and find out how she attracts our candidates through our brand content strategy.
I think people connect with people at the end of the day. So a big part of what I do is I try and show the humans behind the brand instead of just the polished side of the business. And I do that by creating content that shows behind the scenes moments, the community, and also the personalities that make up the Marketing Pros team. When candidates see that side of Marketing Pros, it really gives them a much better feel of the community and the environment that they'll be joining. And it also makes the whole process feel a lot more approachable and attractive for them. Let's go meet some of our A players who have been placed with a few of our global clients.
So working with Marketing Pros and getting placed has been the most positive experience I've had in my career so far. They have had my back from jump. They really are so thorough with everything they do, everything that they vet, from my CV, what I need to say, industries that I might aspire to be in. I have found that they're so meticulous and detail oriented, and I've never really felt so supported. And yeah, Doug, Liv and Lexi, they are the A player team.
What I really loved about Marketing Pros when I started is the freedom and the sort of trust that was placed into every individual who started working here. We can work on our own schedules, but there's always that sense of support where they're always here if you need them.
Attracting A players isn't about getting the most applications. It's about creating an environment that the right people want to be part of. When we find the right people for our clients, the impact is massive. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Under the Hood.